Is Fujifilm a professional camera brand? Now, here's a question you're going to hear asked a lot, and you'll see a lot of YouTube videos on this topic, and I just wanted to weigh in and give you my perspective as a professional photographer. If you've never seen one of my videos, my name's Pete. I am a portrait photographer based in New York, and I use two systems. I use both Canon and Fujifilm in my studio. And now, why do I choose one over the other? How do I use them both? Well, for a lot of my work, it overlaps, and I can use either one. And there's sometimes the reason why is simple and not glamorous at all. Like, for instance, I've been having such a hard time getting my Canon to tether to Capture One recently, to the point where it just would not tether. And so the Fujifilm is kind of like my backup camera in the studio. And so I just would use the Fuji over the Canon because the Canon wouldn't tether, and the Fuji X-T5 always tethers right up without a problem. That's not a very interesting answer, but a lot of times when you're doing pro work and you have a client, you just need to get the job done. And both of these cameras, for me, will always get the job done. I've used this camera on corporate shoots on location where I maybe have like 50, 60 headshots to take in a row, or a headshot station and then a portrait station next to it where I'm going back and forth. And I found that the Fuji will do the job and get it done. And it does a great job just like the Canon does. Now, there are reasons also why I actually prefer the Fuji for some stuff. I will do a lot of concert photography, and I don't shoot in big arenas. I'm talking about small jazz clubs, like intimate settings like that, or the little dive bars around Manhattan and Queens and Brooklyn and whatever. And for that work, I much prefer the Fuji for a number of reasons. One, the film simulations, plus the cameras are smaller, they're lighter, they're not as bulky. I also do still prefer, of course, the colors out of the gate from the Fuji. So a lot of times I will actually put the Canon away and use this if I'm doing like an outdoor portrait session with natural light, because I just absolutely love the colors. Sometimes I use both in the same portrait session. In my studio, really, I'm only using either the Canon R5 or the Fuji X-T5. And then I'm going to be using a Canon 50-1.2, or the Fuji 16-55, or the Fuji 50 f1. And those three lenses, I find myself doing most of my portrait work with because they're my favorite lenses. And I like the look, I like the ranges they give me, and they allow me to get the job done. So that's the answer for me. You just got to find the gear that speaks to you and that lets you get the job done. So I just encourage you to find the gear that works for you and does the job you need to do. As a portrait photographer, this gear is what works for me, what I enjoy using, and that's the important thing. Check out Omar Gonzalez's video about this topic. It's very quick. He's much more succinct than I am. I tend to ramble, I'm sorry, but he really sums it up nicely too. And he'll talk about in his video why he doesn't use Fuji for his professional work. So you just got to find what works for you for the kind of work you do. All right, that's it. I'm not going to ramble on any longer. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Here's wishing you a great day. Go out and take some awesome pictures with whatever camera you have on your person at this very moment. Just make it work for you. Have fun with it. Go out, take some great pictures. I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Peace.